Good afternoon, good afternoon. I am Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Happy Saturday. What you are seeing there are comments from individuals here in the city of Yonkers. Freddy, you are only beginning to crack the surface. I thank you on behalf of all the citizens of Yonkers for asking the questions that never get asked. Now, they are asked, but don't never answer. Freddy, you are a brave man, best in Yonkers. I support you, and many decent people in Yonkers do too. We are all sick of being ripped off. White, black, Latinos. Keep it going. That's right, folks. Good afternoon. I am Freddy Vasquez. And this is Basement Politics Unfiltered. And today I will...
Let's get it poppin'.
That's right, folks. Get it poppin'. Let's clear the air. Can't wait to be swimming there. Let's clear the air. How you doing, folks? How is everyone doing on this beautiful Saturday? I want to clear the air today and talk a little bit about my Sage Crime Family episode, but also about some of our elected officials, also about some individuals here in the city of Yonkers that are corrupting our government. And it's time we oust them. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to connect the dots for you. All right? Good, folks. Let's do it. Again, I'm Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Welcome to my show. The Sage Crime Family caused quite a stir. Absolutely. Some folks are upset, tagging Basement Politics and Freddy Vasquez in childish nonsense post. And tonight, Freddy Vasquez, or I should say this afternoon, I will clear the air. And let me start off by saying that I got calls today and I met with John Cater. John was calling me, and I'm not good with picking up my phone. People know this. And John was calling me, and I finally got a hold of him, and he's saying, Freddy, please, begging me, please, I need you to make it clear that it's not us behind Basement Politics. I said, John, have you not watched my last few podcasts? I have been mentioning it. I can't help it if people assume that. I can't. Right? They're going to assume what they're going to want to assume. So I want to say this. As of today, I will not mention any more of Sage family members that have been arrested, who have pled guilty and have served jail time. I will focus simply on Seder Nage, but all that information that I mentioned is public information. You can Google it. So I will not mention any more of the individuals. I will not. I will stick to the elected official, Nader Sage, who will be running a race, or it's already running a race against Mike Breen. But hey, it's time for a taste of your own medicine. You don't like it. I see that you don't like it. You guys can dish it out, but you can't take it. So we're going to discuss that today. First, I want to mention again, this week, I received calls about my podcast from members of the Cater family begging me, asking me, please, let them know, please. They have been receiving calls from Sage family members upset. What are you guys doing? What's wrong with you guys? Why are you guys doing this to us? Why do you guys got this guy, Freddy Vasquez, attacking us? But they don't. It's very simple. I am here to bring transparency. And the facts are the facts, which many of it is public information. Some of it has come from sources, but it cannot be denied. And I'm bringing it to light because I was the victim now, and I want to share my experience and also bring these things to light because other people are being victimized, have been victims. And as you read in those comments there from folks here in the city of Yonkers, they're tired of it. And it doesn't matter what color, and it doesn't matter what side. And it's not all elected officials. I'm not going to generalize, okay? But I have been talking about a few. And it hasn't just been Nader Sage, and it hasn't just been his family, okay? It's been a few, right? Tasha Diaz, Council Majority Leader, was, right, this topic of many of my podcasts, right? So people don't like it, but who don't like it? It's the individuals that I'm talking about or those related to them. Of course, they're not going to like it. People don't like being exposed for criminal activity or for taking advantage of others, right? Especially if they're public figures. But why are these individuals upset when they themselves have no problem hurting and taking from others? They also have no problem attacking either directly or by proxy, like using the Yonkers Tribune or a smut page like the Concerned Yonkers Democrats, who has been harassing me and commenting on many of my posts lately, right? That right now, and the comments that they've made have proven that Concerned Yonkers Democrats page to be illegitimate. And by the way, I want to correct myself because now I have been told by multiple sources that those behind the page, it's not Jeffrey Sage or Joseph Sage, which I did get information that it was, but multiple sources, both Arabic and non-Arabic members of our community, both credible, so, all right, and extremely credible, I should say, because the individuals are not uncredible, or, they're very credible individuals who have recently been outspoken about things that have happened here in the city. And they say that it's actually Frank Jarris. That's according to credible sources, that the individual behind the page, Concerned Yonkers Democrats, that has attacked officials like Ruth Walters, private citizens like John Cater, and myself, is run by a gentleman named Frankie Jarris, the man who is behind some of the elected officials' campaigns or candidates who are currently running for in various races, the son of Zahi Jarris. And I can understand why. I've been mentioning Daddy a lot on my podcast, and it's only right that his son comes on to defend Daddy. But he's got to be careful how he does it, because throwing a bunch of accusations is only going to show your true colors and show that you are simply here to stir the pot. Although they say that about me, really? I can stir the pot, but it's a pot that needs to be stirred. It's information that needs to be put out there, and it's things that need to be addressed. I'm not going and making crazy rumors. I mean, I'm talking about crazy rumors. The things that I say have merit to them and are said by multiple people. Doesn't matter of color, doesn't matter of party. It's almost bipartisan, this complaints, right? And I want to talk about an affair. Yes, I'm going to discuss it, and I've been mentioning about affair, and I'm going to tell you, finally, I'm going to let you know who has been having an affair. Well, anyway, comments like, I prefer the Yonkers Tribune, which I see on my post there from Concerned Democrats of Yonkers, a news outlet, the Yonkers Tribune, that has been considered a non-journalistic page, as well as similar post, right, and similar writing. The exact words from Yonkers or Concerned Yonkers Democrats to Yonkers Tribune show me that there is a connection there between the two pages, right? Again, anyway, so I'm going to move on, and I want to show you some stuff here from the Yonkers Tribune and Concerned Democrats of Yonkers. This is the John Cater post in the Yonkers Tribune. By the way, I heard, and I was not there, that the Impact event last night, they did, they have this thing called swatting. Have you ever heard of swatting, where they call the SWAT team, the police on you? You know, people do it to each other over the internet, and then police go ramming into your home. Well, what they did to the Impact event last night, it's not swatting, but they did something similar. They called the Yonkers Fire Department and said that there was a fire at the location. Could you believe that? These individuals wanted to stop John Cater's event, that they wasted police and fire resources, city resources, right, on a fake 911 call. They have fire department showed up. They almost, shut it down, but then they realized that it could be a prank after they showed them some of the stuff that the Concerned Yonkers Democrat had been mentioning. So again, this is what these individuals are doing. They're calling 911, the fire department, on events, on political events of their opponents or people that they view as opponents, and saying that there's a fire there. And this is all record, so you can go check it out with any 911 calls that came in last night. I can't believe that they would do something like that, right? I can't believe that. Anyway, the Yonkers Tribune never mentions Nader Sage in any negative way. Nor does it mention John Rubo in any negative way. Nor does it mention Tasha Diaz in any negative way. But it has no problem mentioning opponents of theirs or individuals that have had problems with Zahi Jeris, right? For example, Mike Cater's been talked about bad. John Cater. Also now, Mike Breen. Why? Because he is running against Nader Sayegh. But before I move on to that, I want to show you, this is the Yonkers Tribune, right? Northern Westchester and City Yonkers, Indivisible, John Cater, Congressman Jamal Bowman, Mediterranean people and communities. I heard Jamal Bowman could not make it because of a flight. He did show that to the Impact and Cater's people because he didn't want to, think that he wasn't coming. But here, really quick, I want to show them some words here. Shame on Westchester Democrat Chair Suzanne Berger and New York State Congressman Jamal Bowman for being involved with the Mediterranean Political Action Committee, right? There's no quotes there. So that means that this is original from Hezi. Now let's go over to the Yonkers Times. Okay? This is the Yonkers Times. Again, these guys are all involved together. Yonkers Times just recently got a contract with the city. Congressman Bowman, Westchester Dem Chair Berger asked to reject impact. Look, the same picture, and look what they say here. Concerned Democrats posted on Facebook, and it quotes, "Shame on Westchester Democratic Chairwoman Suzanne Berger and Congressman Jamal Bowman to be involved with Political Action Committee," right? The same exact line, the same exact paragraph there. They quoted, and Yonkers Times, Dan Murphy, you quoted this as the Concerned Yonkers Democrats is saying this, but it's on the Tribune here. And was it the Tribune or Concerned Democrats of Yonkers that mentioned it? Dan, are your sources all mixed up? Do you know who the Concerned Yonkers of Democrats are? Dan, you're supposed to be more legitimate than Hezi. You're going to lose your credibility playing that game, okay? Because you're quoting the Concerned Yonkers Democrats, but that was actually on the Tribune. But no, it was on the Concerned Democrats because they are one and the same. They are one and the same. I can't pull up the Yonkers Democrats because I blocked them. They are messing around with my pages. The guys is harassing me. Frank Jarrett's cut it out. We know it's you. I know it's you. Shame on you, Yonkers Tribune. Shame on you, Yonkers Tribune. And shame on you, Dan Murphy. Shame on you, Dan Murphy. Why don't you cover other stuff like Quid Quo Pro with John Rubo? What about that incident at the business on McLean Avenue with Majority Leader Tasha Diaz? Why don't you cover that, Dan Murphy? Why don't you cover that? You won't because you don't want to lose your contract. I get it. But the Yonkers Tribune only attacks certain individuals, and you have to pay attention to who those individuals do that they attack and the ones that they don't attack, right? However, they won't attack Nader Sage, but they will attack Mike Breen, who's Sage's opponent, his wife, and kids. So they know no boundaries, yet they have the nerve to speak negatively about Freddy Vasquez like I'm some bad guy. They know no boundaries. They spoke about his wife and kids, right? Mike Breen's. In fact, the Tribune has done and said worse than anything I have ever mentioned. And if you scroll down to the comments, it gets even more disgusting in the comments. And we'll do that in a bit because I want to show you exactly what is being spread throughout the city of Yonkers when it comes to our politics. And we wonder why this city is the way it is. Folks, again, this is what people that are with Nader Sage and Zahi Jeris are encouraged to do. And this is where people a lot of times get their political news from, right? According to Joe Sage, who commented on my podcast on the Sage Crime Family, he said that people should go get their news from the Tribune because he actually does some real investigation and real reporting. Really? Why are you encouraging them to go on the Tribune? Are you connected to them? Because a federal judge ruled the Yonkers Tribune to be not a real journalistic news site. And in fact, he was being sued by Keith Olson of the Yonkers Police Department, right? Because of this crap that he was writing about the guy. right? But he had nothing to prove it, nothing to back it. He's just throwing things out there, right? Again, a page that very recently posted the identical information about John Cater as a Facebook page called Concerned Yonkers Democrats, which sources say is operated by Frankie Jerris. Frankie Jerris, the son of Zahi Jerris. That's right, folks. That's right. So I'm going to move on a little bit. I'm going to show you some of the comments here, and I think it's funny. But before I do, I want to make a major announcement about the affair. Are you ready? And I apologize to anyone that I offend, but I have to put it out there. I have to put it out there. All right? So very recently, it's been rumored that the sister of John Cater, Lauren Cater, is having an affair with Freddy Vasquez. That's right, folks. Freddy Vasquez and Lauren Cater are having an affair. Sources say that the two have been spotted at the Apple Motel on Friday at 12 o'clock noontime. That's right. But sources also say you can spot them there every Friday at 12 o'clock noontime having their affair. That's right, folks. That's according to comments posted on the Yonkers Tribune. I can't believe it. Let me show you. People are talking about this nitwit, Freddy. Someone is feeding him a script because he can't even pronounce half the words he's reading. I feel sorry for his family who must endure the ridicule. Yes, I can't pronounce half the words that I'm saying. Right. Okay. If that's the worst that you can say about me, okay. No, my family loves me very much. And in fact, many people come up to my wife and say, wow, I appreciate what your husband is doing, right? Or you're Freddy Vasquez's wife? Man, he's doing some stuff. He's saying some things, man. I appreciate it, man. It's great. So everything but compliments. In fact, my wife feels like I'm a celebrity, which I don't think so, nor do I really want to be, because I like to be really low. But unfortunately, I've been brought out to the forefront, and now I have to do God's work. Okay, so yeah, you can say what you want. To his credit, Congressman Jamal Bowman put out of the event, maybe Freddie will be the keynote speaker. Well, maybe, but I wasn't, asked to be the keynote speaker, nor did I attend the event. Freddie is being misled by Cater and friends to harass private citizens. Who? Which private citizens? They're not private when their, arrests are made public on Google. That's no longer private. Right? Google it. Okay? Google it, right? And by the way, did you guys care about the attacks on Mike Cater's wife? The nasty things you said to her? And what about the nasty texts that were sent to Lauren Cater recently by some anonymous sources? And what about the nasty phone calls that I was receiving and that actually when my staff, female, would pick up, they would be real disgusting to them. They wouldn't do it to me. They'd hang up right away. But when it was a woman, so whoever's behind those calls and those text messages, you have a thing with women, don't you? You can't be a man and be tough with a man, and you can't do it openly. You see, everybody knows me. They see my face. When I say what I say, you know I'm saying it. You know when I said it, and I own it. That's the difference between you and I and these anonymous comments here. But let's read them because I think it's funny. Here's a news flash for you, Freddie. Yeah, give me a news flash, please, you anonymous dummy. Threatening to release information about private citizens in exchange for demands being met is extortion in New York State. Yeah, a felony which carries stiff penalties for those who engage in it. Really? So why isn't Zahi Jerris in jail yet? Huh? And what about the extortion that took place over there in the 4th District with the single mom who was doing some renovation of her business until Councilman John Rubo called the building department on her? That was on Saturday. By Monday, they were there. And then they told her if she paid $2,500, she would get her permits. And that's exactly what she did. And guess what? She made sure she documented it, and she's pissed. Okay, she's just waiting for the opportunity to let it be known. Right? Well, I let it be known for her. But if it has to go to court, she's ready. She's definitely ready. So that's extortion. Okay. Not only is your information wrong, really, because I get a lot of it from news articles on the internet. Okay. A lot of it. Not only is information wrong, but it is, but it any relate, but and I can't write, but in any related civil suit, any competent attorney will trace the puppet master who has been feeding you this nonsense from and seek damages from them as well. So go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Because when you go to discovery, now you're going to have to dig into stuff. Now you're going to have subpoenas for records. Let's subpoena records. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's subpoena a perfect solution, John Rubel Inc. What have they been doing? What business and who? With who? Let's subpoena some leases and contracts. Come on. Let's go, because everything's going to get subpoenaed. You're not scaring me with that. I don't care. Saying allegedly on occasions as you like to. I'm glad you're watching. Isn't a defense either. The law doesn't make an exception for whether the person on the receiving end can deliver the request or whether your information is accurate or not. These aggrieved losers continue trying to strike back after a humiliating and well-earned defeat. So obviously, whoever wrote this comment has an issue with the Caters, right? More so than me, right? So obviously, it's an enemy of Decatur. If City Council President Mike Cater didn't engage in quid pro quo with law, so how do you know what he engaged in, you anonymous commenter? How do you know if it's true or not? Did you see the paperwork or not? How do you know? I saw it. I know it's not true. I know it's not true. And Mike Cater's mistake was not showing it to begin with. See, he took it personal and his pride got in his way and he didn't show the paperwork. He should have right away said, boom, here you go. But the thing is that it will eventually come out. The only reason that it's not out yet is because the judge is purposely dragging her feet. Bottom line, because this is real simple. I've seen the paperwork. They've been provided to Liam and everybody else by Smith Buzz Jacob. Smith Buzz Jacob already gave them the paperwork. They have it. 1,000%. They have it. So what are you talking about, anonymous guy? Okay. These aggrieved losers, whatever. If city council, blah, 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 why won't you show us the receipt showing that he continued to pay him after he hired him at City Hall? It's been nearly a year, and we've yet to see any receipts. Well, ask Liam and them, because they got it. Despite his promise to promptly produce them, he could easily exonerate himself. You're right about that. I will agree with you on that. He should have. Yet Freddy curiously refuses to cover it. I won't hold my breath. No, I actually have covered it. I actually have. And I said it, and I'm saying it again. He should have showed him right away. He should have. But he felt like, hey, I ain't going to do what they want. But it doesn't matter if he showed them or not, because Smith Buzz Jacob showed copies of the leases. They had copies, and right away, they gave it to them with no problem. So they have the copies, folks. Yonkers, New York, they have the copies. They see it. What happened? What has happened? If there was nothing there, if he was actually doing quid pro quo, then why haven't they come to that conclusion yet? Why? The only reason it's dragging this long is because they're not going to come to that conclusion. And it benefits them to drag it on because it's not going to come to that conclusion, right? So the longer they drag it on, the more defeated he becomes mentally, emotionally. That's the hope. That's the game, because they know that it's not going to work out that way, the way they're saying. It's not quid pro. Because if it was, don't you think that they would have made the decision already and got him, boom, whatever trouble he needs to get in? And really showed everybody that, look, see, he was quid pro. We were right? Okay. And also, I'll get to that when I read it anyway. Freddy erroneously blames Liam McLaughlin for Cater's woes. No, not just Liam. It's not just Liam. Yet the entire city council, this is what I was waiting for, called the investigation. Cater promised to produce the records, and he has not. Unfortunately, he misled the city of Yonkers and should never be involved. Again, that sounds like the same person commenting. But guess what? Not everybody agreed. He said here, the Yonkers City Council called for the entire Yonkers City, not even the city council. It says the entire Yonkers City. That's not true. Let's tell you how it happened, okay? First, Ron Matten was approached to write a letter to the city council, who they were waiting for it. They knew it was going to happen. Then the Yonkers City Council received the letter. Once they received the letter that Ron wrote about the investigation, based off the article that was written in the Yonkers Tribune, which again is connected to Zahi, Frankie Jarris, as you can see, the concerned Yonkers Democrats. So they had it out for him, his own cousin, because Zahi is trying to take everybody out. He wants Nader to be the mayor. He's trying to even take out anyone that Spano is looking to support. So if you think that the Spanos are with Zahi, no, they don't want Nader either. They don't want Nader either. The only one that wants Nader to be mayor is Zahi, and he's looking to eliminate anyone that potentially could run for mayor. That's why he gave me the information on John Rubo's A Perfect Solution. John, he gave me that information. Absolutely. That's why he sent me the link to the report by the Inspector General from New York State about Wilson Kimball and James Kavanaugh. Hey, Wilson Kimball and James Kavanaugh, had Zahi not sent me that link, I would have never known about it. I would have never done a podcast on it. So you have him to thank, okay? Because he doesn't want you, Wilson Kimball, to potentially be mayor, and he doesn't want you, John, to potentially be mayor. That guy is ruthless. Not only is he dividing the Arabic community, he's trying to divide people here in politics, okay? So he said the entire Yonkers City, not true. The entire Yonkers City. It was the Yonkers Tribune. Then Ron Mattin wrote a letter, sent it to the city council, and initially, all the city councilmen except for Cater, obviously, all 6, right, signed off on it the first time around. But the second time around, Moranti refused to sign the letter. Why? Hey, Anthony Moranti, council member Anthony Moranti from the 6th district, why did you refuse to sign the letter the second time around? You felt that you were bamboozled the first time. Why? Why did you feel that you were tricked into signing that letter the first time? That's a lie, Mr. Anonymous Commenter. Hey, Moranti, hey, City Council, produce that second letter. Let's see if it has Anthony's name on it. Let's see. So all that will come out in any lawsuit. So let's go. Bring out that letter. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? Okay. So they didn't, Anthony Moranti knew. He said, hold up, wait a minute. I'm not about to get myself into this. I thought you guys, So Liam was waiting. So once the council got the letter, they sent it over to Liam, who Mike Cater defeated for city council president. They had beef going back. I'll go to some comments here. Damn, this is horrible. Ignorant individuals. This is wrong. They're idiots. You're dope. Amen. Thank you, Suli. God bless you, Suli. Thank you. Private citizen, thank you. What idiots are writing this regarding you, Freddie? All you speak about is public record. The ignorant fools from Yonkers are angry because Yonkers is corrupt and you're doing the right thing, buddy. God bless you. I love your show. Thank you, Suli. I love you too. And thank you for watching, Suli. And this is what I'm trying to do for the people that have-nots. The have-nots of all colors, the people that have been put down, the single mom that was shaken down for that $2,500, the immigrant business owner over there on School Street across from the fire department that was told now he needed a new roof, he needed to put a ramp and all this other stuff after he just bought the business and spent all the money he had on that business, and he could not do that stuff. And then for me, the daycare owner who's trying to do something for the community, I had to lay off 3 Latina women, right? Because I could not get these permits. 3 Latina women, as well as families of all races, Spanish, Hispanic, I should say, black and white. And I love them all. And they love me all. And they love our place. You should see them. Yonkers. They love it. Why would these individuals do that to me? So this is why I'm doing this, okay? You guys are not going to win because you're wrong. You're not going to win because you're wrong. Okay. First off, libel is written, slander is spoken. You have your terms mixed up, which means you have no law background and your entire statement is debunked. Okay, thank you. I think that's in support of me. Thank you. I appreciate that. John Cater is going to get this kid Freddy arrested for blackmail. Who am I blackmailing? That's the thing. I'm not blackmailing anyone. I'm not saying, hey, if you don't give me money, I'm going to do. Because the people that I'm speaking about aren't even the people that are helping me. They're not. Nader Sage isn't helping me. I'm not asking him to. Zahi Jarris isn't helping me because I'm not going to pay him $5,000 like other people have to. And Tasha Diaz isn't helping me because the only thing she does is kill housing ordinance that would help Black and Latinos primarily, right? And then give out free food and think she's doing something amazing, right? That's what Zahi got her thinking. Why did she change her last name? That's right there's fronting. You went from Freeman to Diaz because you want to appeal to Hispanic people, right? That's just like Elena Goldberg Velasquez. Is that Velasquez your actual last name, or are you trying to appeal to Latinos? This is what I mean. That's what I mean. And I'm tired of that stuff. And we're done with that fakeness. for you guys to be rich and look at me, I'm a politician, look at me, I'm a judge, look at me, I'm next to the politicians. That's all you guys want, man. You're not here to help nobody. You could care less because you guys did nothing to replace the housing ordinance when there's a need. And what, you guys are retrofitting Mulford Gardens? Okay, but that's not adding new units if you're just redoing the same ones you already had. You need to add new units. And don't segregate, because in 1988 they said that all the low income and affordable housing was being put to 1 square mile, and guess what, that's what's happening again, because they're not building any on the east side. All of the new affordable housing or the retrofitting that they're doing, renovating these affordable housing, low income housing, is all in Southwest Yonkers. So are they segregating again? Are there any plans to do affordable housing or low income housing on the southeast or northeast side? Is there? Right? So we have segregation 2022, folks, and they don't like that I'm pointing that out. They don't. I've been saying this for years. John Cater, blah, blah, blah. Listen, whatever about John Cater. You know what I'm saying? He's not paying me. He's definitely not paying me. He's not the reason why I started this show. And then here, Lauren Cater and Freddy Vasquez. This is how desperate they're getting. Lauren Cater and Freddy Vasquez are having an affair. That's why Freddy, he spelled it one way 1 minute and then another way the next, and they call me stupid. It's so protective of the case. That's right. I'm protecting them because I'm in love with Lauren. He makes up lies about city council people and community leaders, yet he's the one having an extramarital affair. Shame on him. Oh, here goes the word shame on them again. I wonder if the person that wrote this comment is the same person that wrote the article or the post about John Cater and Suzanne Berger. Shame on them. Shame. Oh, you guys like to use that word a lot, right? So there you go. That's another connection to these individuals. Why do you think they do it anonymously? Why do you think they don't have the balls to show their face on Facebook? Why? Because they're the ones feeding us the lies. They're the ones manipulating us. They're the ones dividing us. That's all they're doing. They're never going to show their face. Never. And by the way, Frankie Jarris is district leader. He's a ward leader, right? He's a ward leader for a huge ward. That's why I'm talking about him also, because he plays a part in politics here. He's Ward 2, I believe. Second, he's a ward leader for the second ward. And this is the stuff that he does. This is what they do. This is the crap that they pull. Now, why, Ron, have you not called for an investigation? And I'm going to ask you, Ron Matson, because you wrote that letter on Mike Cater. Why haven't you asked for one on John Rubo? Right? Why not? And me as Yonkers Basement Politics, which you do watch, right? If you got your information from the Tribune, I'm telling you that there was that incident with Majority Leader Tasha Diaz in that business where she had them harassed after the fact over her daughter who worked there. Threatened to shut them down, had police harassing them and their customers, giving them tickets. Is that not quid pro quo, Ron? Liam, anybody? I mean, is that not it, right? We are the district legislators representing the Yonkers community on behalf of the Yonkers taxpayers. That's right. So let me see if there's anything else. What's the relationship with Lauren and Freddie? Oh my gosh, no clue. Kindly, Hezzy. Freddie is blackmailing politicians to publicize his interests, which is those who are smart have already kicked this liar to the curb. Yeah, okay. The man attacks people with lies and innuendos. He picks on those helping the community and fills the air with who? Who's helping the community? Who is exactly? Tell me. And I'm not saying there's nobody out there doing things. They are. But you know what I just did on Friday? No, because you know why? I didn't publicize it. Because I didn't put a video of it. Because I didn't take a picture of me holding food and then the people that I'm giving it to on the other side, like I'm giving it to them and then posting it all over Facebook. That's a shame. Why would you do that? Embarrass those people. Hey, let's tell all of Facebook that they're in need and that we have to bring them food so I can look like I'm doing something and tell everybody, oh, look at me. I'm giving them food that you didn't even get. You didn't pay for nothing. I pay for the food I give out. I pay for a lot of things I give out. A small percentage of it is actually donated to me. The majority of things I do, I pay out of my own pocket. Let's see you do that. And why do I talk about the community leaders? Because two of them one tried to scam me, and another one took my money. That's right. I was trying to help an organization, and I'm still waiting for my money. They said, oh, I need this extra just in case because that's how much you got to put down, but I'm going to return it to you. Okay. Never got it back. An organization, 501c tree. Okay. And then another one tried to come at me and scam me for money. And I didn't feel right about it. So I didn't give them money for this event they were trying to raise money for. So then I said, all right, let me ask him about it after it happened. How was the event? You know what the response was from the guy who started it? Oh, that already finished. You weren't there. You missed it. Here's another one, though, you can donate to. What? Man, get out of here. Show me what you're doing. What did you do? No, I never even heard of you guys. I try to go online. I find a little simple page with nothing. I don't see you in the community or nothing. Never even heard of this guy. But he's being shopped around by somebody from this community that I do know and trying to collect money. I don't collect money. Give me donations and goods and stuff, and I will bring it out there. Anything else, I pay for it. And again, I was out there this Friday. People running up to me. I'm helping the homeless in District 1. But I didn't put pictures of it. I didn't put videos of it. I didn't do all that because I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to embarrass people, okay? If people are in need and they're in serious need, if I was in need like that, I wouldn't want you posting me and my kids receiving that. That's just embarrassing to me. Geez, let's just tell the world that, like my situation, that's a private situation. And many of you guys do that. And that's not cool to me. That's not cool. That's not cool. Isn't Tasha Diaz, who slept with several political members in Yonkers, that's why she was able to be voted in? She doesn't even have the qualifications. You see, folks, it's not Freddy Vasquez. You want to blame me for everything. It's not me. Listen, I have no clue about that. Again, people have said things like that, but again, I don't know. That's between her and the maker. You know what I'm saying? Between her and the maker. But speaking of Tasha Diaz, let's talk about what do council members do? What are their jobs? What are their responsibilities? Okay. As a local legislator, council members are responsible for and responsive to the citizens who elected them. Depending on the city's charter and state laws, they may perform the following functions: review and approve the annual budget, establish long and short-term objectives and priorities, oversee performance of local public employees, oversee effectiveness of programs, establish tax rates, enter into legal contracts, borrow funds, pass ordinances and resolutions, not just naming a month, Black History Month or Latino History Month. That's all they do is give a month to something. Modify the city's charter. Yeah, by the way, the person that is in charge of the committee that modifies the charter is Tom Meyer, who is also the Democratic chair and DPW commissioner. So they modified the charter and he's the guy that's involved with it. Regulate land use through zoning laws. Regulate business activity through licensing and regulations. Regulate public health and safety. Exercise the power of eminent domain. Communicate policies and programs to residents. Respond to constituent needs and complaints, and represent the community to other levels of government, right? So is that what they're doing? Is that what they're doing? Yonkers City Council have primarily what they've done, modified the charter. Well, they've done that once, right? But regulated land use and business activities. That's what they've done a lot of, dealing with the developers and stuff like that and getting a lot of land sold off. That's all they've really been doing, more so than anything else, right? As well as exercising eminent domain. Eminent domain means when they go in and say, we need this property. If you own it, they need it, and they'll just take it from you. They'll give you money, but many times it's not the market value. And that happened to a friend of mine actually here in the city of Yonkers when they wanted to build the daylighting of the sawmill over there across the street from KFC. There used to be the sneaker store and stuff like that there. Well, a friend owned all that, and they just took it from him and then offered them half or less than half of what it was worth. So he had to take them to court. They could just do that to you. So, how can they, also, one of the things is that they are supposed to, and I want to say that, oversee the performance of local public employees. Okay. Well, how can they be effective in overseeing, the performance of local and public employees? For example, Tom Meyer, he's a local public employee. He's the chairman of DPW. However, he is also the chairman of the Democratic Party, the party that these candidates and elected officials seek endorsement from. They want it bad because when you get endorsement from the Democratic Party in Yonkers, that almost guarantees you a win. So it was a big deal when the Democratic Party took away their endorsement last year from Mike Cater. So if Tom Meyer, who's a local public employee, is also the chair of the Democratic Party, and you are tasked with overseeing his performance, yet you also want his approval so you can continue your political career, what do you think is going to happen? How do you think that performance evaluation is going to go? Think about that. Think about that. So how can they effectively do so when the party boss is one of the public employees? All right. In terms of public safety, what has been initiated by our city council to address the string of shootings, many leading to homicides? Do you feel safe, Yonkers? These are sincere questions that everyone should be asking. Since I'm asking these questions on my platform, it has been causing retaliation online because they are desperate. Today, I was made aware of comments on the Yonkers Tribune about me. The silliest is the one where I'm having an affair with Lauren Cater. What? What's unfortunate is that those behind the comments have also texted her, right, to mock the fact that she was in an abusive relationship, right? Yet I'm the bad guy. These are people that know her well, know her personal business, and they're using it to attack her via text currently. Yet I'm the bad guy. I've never texted anyone. I've never prank called anyone. Everything I've ever said and done has been right here on Basement Politics on one of my episodes, right? The same thing they did to Mike Cater's wife. They texted her with horrible, disgusting things. These are the people that you're dealing with. I'm not texting anyone or calling. I say what I say on my show and I'm own it. However, these cowards hide behind the Yonkers Tribune and fake Facebook pages. They won't show their faces because it will hurt their candidates' chances of winning. Concerned Yonkers Democrat, I now hear by several credible sources, right, and that it's none other than Frankie Jarris. This is by both Arabic and Black members of our community who have credibility, right? However, that's how these individuals operate, which is why I do Basement Politics. This is wrong, Yonkers, and enough is enough. Right? To my Arabic brothers and sisters, unity begins when you remove the cancer out of your community. When I'm not looking for anything other than for people to do the right thing. That's it. That's it. For far too long, certain people have slowly destroyed our government. Individuals like Zahi Jarris, whose son Frankie, I hear, is known to harass individuals online. We've seen it before. This just didn't start when Basement Politics started. This crap and all those comments and stuff by these fake pages and stuff have been going on for a long time, way before Basement Politics. Now they're just targeting me now because of what I'm saying. They don't like it. They're trying to discredit me. That's all they're doing. They're working hard to try to discredit me, scare me, but I don't care. I'm not scared. You guys have the ones that have things to hide. That's right. So you can spread all the rumors from violations to whatever you want, to extortion now, blackmailing, to I'm having an affair. Oh, yes, I'm having an affair with Lauren Cater. That's right. This kind of political garbage has been around for quite some time. Just look at the situation with Olsen. I'm sorry, Keith Olsen and the Yonkers and the Tribune, where he sued them. Right? A federal judge ruled that the Yonkers Tribune was not a real journalistic news outlet. And then he was sued by Keith Olsen for $17 million for the garbage that he's writing on that page and allowing to be put on that page. Right? Because I've made comments before and they've never gone on. Right? I'm glad Mr. Olsen did what he did. Now there's another source of information, but this time it's the truth. It's the truth. You have another source of information, another place to come to get your info where I'm giving it to you real, unbiased, unfiltered. That's right. And I own my stuff. If I say it, I own it. And if I'm wrong, I will correct it. Please, I want you to correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what has these individuals done? Going back to Tasha Diaz, she dragged the people along on the housing ordinance that entire year. You know what she did? She used it to get people to vote a certain way. John Rubo was over there in Serrato Park with her, giving out food, right? So he can get elected. Once he got elected, he wasn't there anymore. You don't see him anymore, do you? You don't see him anymore. And then what did Tasha Diaz and John do? They did an about face on the housing ordinance. And Tasha Diaz claimed because it didn't include this, that, and the third, but she was confusing people purposely because she combined two different housing issues. Low income and affordable housing are two different things. And and you can ask Shanae Williams because she was pissed off. Councilwoman Shanae Williams know that was about affordable housing. And then what did they do? Nothing, because almost a year's gone by now, and they've yet to present another housing ordinance. Nothing. And that is your job, to present legislation and ordinance to help improve the city and situations like the housing crisis that we have here in Yonkers, that the only thing you guys seem to think is good enough is to rehab already existing apartment complexes on the southwest side or build new ones on the southwest side. That's right. You built a new one up on Elm Street, but we see what's happening there in terms of violence. And it's not fair because people who are qualifying for affordable housing, right, we're hardworking people too. They work. They just can't pay for market rate. And even though they're making good money, some of them could be making $100,000, and you still can't afford these rents that are that they're asking for in the waterfront many times. And what are you guys doing about that? Because they're completely changing all of Yonkers. They're looking to bring in more different people from outside of Yonkers. That's what they're doing. And they're making it more expensive and more difficult for those that are here. And now they're building schools because in order for them to get the kind of people they want here in Yonkers, they have to be able to provide that for them, right? It wasn't enough that the people who lived here all their lives wanted it. No, we don't want to build it now for them, but we want new people to come, so we're going to build new schools now. And I'm glad, and I don't want to knock that. It's very much needed, but I'm just trying to point things out, folks. Peep the game. These individuals are not going to discredit me. They can say whatever they want, but they are the criminals and they are the bad guys, and they are what's wrong with the city of Yonkers. And until we addressed it and we acknowledge that, it's never going to change. It's time to say, hey, you, and say the name. You need to go. We're not voting for you anymore. You haven't done anything but give free food out. That should be done by community organizations, not elected officials. You're supposed to check and balance the mayor. You're supposed to do the budget, the annual budget, ordinances, and stuff like that, legislation, our public health and our safety, rashes of shooting. What have you done? Have you communicated to us what are your long-term and short-term objectives are? Have you? We haven't heard that. What are you guys specifically doing about crime? We haven't heard that. Cars getting broken into on Park Hill all day long. What are you doing? No one's speaking about that. But then they want to talk about some nonsense. Oh, look what we're doing. We're doing this, giving away this and giving away that. That's it. Oh, we're naming this month this and this month that. That's it. People are getting robbed up on Park Hill. Go on their webpage on Facebook, the Park Hill page. One guy's video show you like 10 different incidences of cars getting broken into right in front of his house. And all the stores that are getting shoplifted and the shootings. And where's the plan? How are you communicating about it? But then an Asian woman gets beat, and not that shouldn't be important and recognized, but you guys do this big thing. There's people getting beat on freaking Riverdale and robbed on Linden. I was talking to members of the Arabic community as I was walking up and down there. Guy that owned a hardware store, a small one there, telling me how his family members have been beaten and robbed that night while coming home or going to visit him. That's what he said. But no one's talking about that. Is the Arabic community not worthy enough to do a big press conference? So don't give me the nonsense. And you got to put these individuals on blast and put them on notice that it's time. It's over, right? And we need to vote. And Latinos, Hispanics, we have to come together, put our differences aside, and watch out for the people that try to divide us, right? Because they think that they're the gatekeeper and we're supposed to kiss the ring. We're supposed to kiss your ring so you can let us do things. Is that how it works? That's what you mean by gatekeeper? This is our own people doing this to us. Could you believe that? Unbelievable, yo. Unbelievable. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. And by the way, I want to say thank you To the individual that I met with on Friday, I appreciate it. I do appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort. I do. Thank you so much. And to the individuals that are helping me with my situation, thank you. Those are individuals that I have not spoken negatively about. I have not mentioned on my podcast. So I'm not shaking anybody down, because the ones that are helping me, I haven't mentioned nothing about, nor threatened anything about. Haven't even mentioned their name. Oh, actually, maybe one I did, but it was more in the context of giving the positions when describing a certain department. But it was just stating a fact that was on the webpage. So I'm not looking to shake anybody down, because those that I've spoken about ain't doing nothing for me, nor do I want nothing from them. I'm Freddy Vasquez, Basement Politics. Thank you for joining me. And I won't speak about the Sage family no more. I won't mention you guys, but it's all public record. You can go online if you want to read more about it. What can I say? Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. What more can I say? Where did I put it? I want to mention something. I was tagged by Alberto recently in a post. Only a 12-year-old can appreciate. But why? The same reason concerned Democrats and others have been tagging me lately. I'm obviously getting under your skin. I'm obviously striking a nerve, and putting you on blast is the reason why. It's always the one doing wrong that have a problem. Well, unfortunately, the majority of Yonkers are great people, and they are on my side. So Alberto, to that stupid post, just stop tagging me. Stop it. You're not helping your cause, brother. Have a great rest of the weekend, folks. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the great comments. I appreciate you too, guys. I do this for you. I don't want anything. I don't want a job. I don't want money. I've never asked for money. I've never asked for a job. All I asked for was to stop harassing my business. And it's a fact that elected officials wanted to hurt my business. Trust me. I wish I can play the audio, but I'm having to wait. My lawyer says, let's wait. But I want to play it so bad so I could prove to you guys that I'm not lying about that. I'm going to play it one day. Go to court. I will. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. I'm Freddy Vasquez. I'm up out of here. I'm dying to play that audio, man. Yeah. Elected officials wanted to hurt my business. How can you do that to a member of the community? Freddy wins. Thank you, folks, for joining me. I am Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. I do this for the community. Thank you for all the great comments. I appreciate you, folks. The things I seek, the changes I seek is for you. Black, white, or Latino, it doesn't matter. We are Yonkers. We are one. Individuals that seek to divide us have an agenda. That is agenda of self-interest, to benefit themselves, benefit their pockets so they can live in mansions while people suffer to find a decent place to live. And if anyone speaks out about it, this is what they do. They attack them every which way. And for most people, it scares them away. But for Freddy Vasquez, it makes me go harder. Freddy wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vasquez.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vasquez.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
Come on, give it to us straight.
Like I said, political games that are being played. You could have. I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I want.
Freddy wins. Fatality. Freddy wins. Fatality.
No!